Hello, princesses, and welcome back to Not Fit for Print Beauty with me, Rebecca. This colorful look that you're seeing a preview of on my eyes already is courtesy of the product we're going to talk about today. We are going to talk about the brand new Huda Beauty Color Block Obsessions palette. There were two that were released, and they're kind of a fun springtime, dare I say, festival type makeup look. Each one is $29. I picked up, as you can see here in my hands, the blue and green palette. There's also an orange and purple palette. I almost got both, but they're so out of my comfort zone that I figured I better just start safely with one and experiment. You know, the looks that are done with these on Instagram and such are so editorial and so wild. They're super fun to look at, but for an average neutral loving person such as myself, they can be a little bit intimidating. So I really was intent upon getting one of these and doing a kind of a more natural everyday look with it. I think I've definitely achieved that. They're very pretty. So let's talk about the one I got and then we'll do a little demo. First of all, the packaging is super fun. You will not be able to tell this, but these are like I feel like I'm in elementary school again. These are rubber. So it feels like they feel like little erasers. You know, like they stand out. They stick up off. There we go, if you can see that. They stick up off the palette. And the under area is rubber, and then each of the letters sticks out and is rubber, like an eraser. There's no, like, kind of Hello Kitty Sanrio eraser scent, though. No bubblegum scent to these erasers. All right, let's look inside. Inside, we have an interesting thing. So inside, we have creamy. I gotta be careful when I hold this up because you'll see in the demo there's a little bit of confusion when one of the shades, the liner shade, there's a cake liner in here, you'll see in a moment, it leapt out. So I'm going to kind of hold that in. I'll show that to you a little more carefully in a moment, okay? But we have really all said about 10 shades. There's 9 pans. The reason I say 10 shades is that my finger is over the cake liner. I'll explain that in a minute. This one is kind of 2 different shades, or you can swirl and mix them. So let's call it 10 shades. With my finger over one, which I'll show you in a minute, they're very creamy. We have some duotone metallics, and these flaky ones are kind of a baked metal flake, and some mattes, of course. And then the shade that jumped to its peril and kind of confused me, and I had to stop filming for a minute. Sometimes when you hold up a palette and one of the shades jumps out, there's a little bit of what just happened that has to go on. So it is right here. It fell apart a little bit. This is really interesting. It's a cake liner. And the way it works is it's actually water activated. I'm sure you could use a setting spray or a MAC Fix Plus, but it actually specifies water. And so you actually wet with water a brush and you go in and it changes. So we are going to play with that today. I'm very sad that mine leapt out of the palette. It was probably afraid because it knew I was getting out of my comfort zone, and it thought, what kind of a look is this neutral wearing lady going to do with me? I better leap. So I think I did okay, though. All right, what I want to do now is go to some swatches, both in studio and outdoor light. So let's start with studio. Take a look at these very pretty shades. The smaller swatch on the very left is me doing you a little bit of a water-activated wet cake liner. So that is a little bit smaller than the other shades because I used a smaller liner brush. You could use a big brush though too, but there they all are. All the mattes, they're really nice and creamy, a little bit powdery. Yeah, it's $29, so this is an affordable, fun palette. I'm not expecting the world from it. I just wanted to have a fun look, and I think I do. I'm not expecting Pat McGrath. I think it's a really fun look, and I think Huda does fun really well. And for $29, it's an affordable little price point. Let's take a look at these same shades on my arm, same order, with the small swatch being the wet water-activated cake liner in the warm California sunshine, in other words, outside. Take a look, definitely a kind of warm but slightly cooler day today here in California, if I could do the weather report for you. So take a look at those. They're really pretty shades. And like I said, I feared I would be way out of my comfort zone, but I proved I'm actually not so much. And I don't know if I got the right one or if I should have got the purple orange. I don't know. I just wanted to try something fun and try it along with you guys. So let's go to the demo right now. Okay, let's get me out of my comfort zone and get started with our blue-green palette here. Doesn't look like we have any names for the shadows. If I find any, I'll put them on the screen. Oh, we just lost one. That has to be glued back in. Okay. Just press it back in and I'll little more careful. Jeez, it's $29. What do you want? Okay, so let's start with, we're going to start with the BK Beauty, the Angie Hot and Flashy Brush, A503. And I am just going to put this all over the lid. And yes, it is extremely powdery and is all over my eyelashes. I understand this is a really fun, almost festival-like palette, so I get it. You know, it's going to be powdery, and you know, but it's really pigmented and it's fun. So I'm not one of these people who is going to review makeup and expect everything to perform exactly like a Pat McGrath palette. Seriously, I know we want to expect what we pay for, of course, but I mean, you know, this is fun. It's a little powdery, poofed in the air a little bit, but look, that's cute. Come on, that's cute. Okay, let's stick with the exact same brush. And let's go into, no, actually, let's move over to a BK Beauty 206. And let's go into this green shade right here. I'm being very careful because our top liner shade wants to make a jump for it. And I want to use that liner shade. Probably the best one to have broken, to be honest, because you really are going to dip into the liner shade with a wet brush. So it's probably fine. And I'm just going to go here in little circular motions, and I've already just kind of done a really bright green. You know, this is not my normal look, but I like stepping out of my comfort zone. And let me get in here with a 207 and the same shade, and let's just run it all the way underneath for a Martian green look. What could be better for festival season? Now, I am going to go in with this lighter of these two shades here and just kind of put a little bit of kind of sparkle here. We'll use the liner, don't worry. You know what? That's really pretty. And I wanted to do something a little less editorial than what we see on, say, Instagram and such, which are really fun, but not necessarily something we'd all want to do, right? Okay, so let's take, I took just a Charlotte Tilbury brush and I just ran it under some water. And I do have to be careful because I have broken this shade, so I'm going to just hold it like this. It does say that it's the liner shade, and it is meant to be used wet, rather than, I mean, you could use it dry, but it's kind of meant to be used wet. And so I'm just kind of doing the outside of my eye with it. I mean, you could do a graphic liner. That's not that it's out of my comfort zone, it's just not even a look that I'm really into. That ship sailed, I think, for me anyway. Let's go up on the eye to match it. This is kind of fun. Okay, sorry, made a funny face there. That's kind of fun. I mean, it's definitely daring, and it's definitely not my usual. But I like it, and I do think this liner is kind of fun. And I think actually you can go ahead and use this liner as just kind of a wet a shadow too. If you just get a bigger brush and just kind of wet it. And of course you can use like a MAC Fix Plus. It said with water, so I thought, okay, I'll use water. And I just went into the side. That's kind of pretty, isn't it? It's kind of fun. All right, let me go ahead and get some mascara on. Let's finish this look. And we'll talk about it a little bit. Say, look, I'm a mermaid. I feel like a mermaid. This is actually really fun and really pretty for $29 for high-end makeup. Yes, I did have the liner shade leap to its demise. I'll get it back in there. I can contact them about it, but I think I can fix it, I hope anyway. And I really like that liner shade. If you wet a brush, and if I wetted a thicker brush, I could have done the whole, but I just kind of did a little bit on the outer portion of the eye, and I'm really liking it. I mean, this is fun, and I think, I hope I did a look that is still wearable. You know, I would wear this out and about, and it's not too editorial like some of these bright palettes can get. If you would like to experiment with color, and not have too much of a choice, I think you could pick up one of these and really have a really good time with it. It was easy, it was quick, it's affordable, it's fun. I will enjoy having it in my collection. I think it's a winner from Huda. You know, do the shadows perform like it's exceptional? No. I mean, but are they a burst of fun color? Heck yeah. I mean, look, I was able to control them. It didn't get away from me just because they were a little bit powdery. You know, I could handle it. I'm tough. I thought it was actually really nice and certainly does fit into the kind of high-end category that we know Huda 4. So very, very nice stuff. Let me know your thoughts. Tell me if you like this eye look on me or if you prefer me in my kind of usual drab neutrals that you know I am so fond of. This is a nice little break though. I do really enjoy it. And the rest of the look is all Huda too, which everything is linked below, of course. So definitely give me your thoughts and share. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and I sure hope that you did. And if you have not already done so, my goodness, please subscribe to this channel so that I don't miss you in any of the upcoming videos. Bye-bye.